Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Justin.
I'm Gabe.
And you're watching episode 81 of DangIT Prodcast. And in this episode, it's just us two.
It's been quite a long time. Thinking back, like you said, it's been like episode 20-something. So it's been almost 60 weeks, almost a year. Well, a little over a year since we've last had a two-man thing. Because it was back when I first moved into my sister's place.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Because I knew that like once Steven came in, there were some like episodes where we were just us two, but then like Steven would come back, and then Naya, and then that just kind of built up.
Yeah. Once Naya joined, it kind of stood at least 3.
Oh yeah, I remember the first episode where Naya joined in, as we were talking about the friend zone.
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, just kind of reminiscing. In this episode, I kind of want to talk about the things that I got over Black Friday weekend and Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
So right here, that's kind of tucked away, is just kind of like a 4 USB port that's connected right here. It's just gonna help like plug things in, as well as like the wireless USB for the mouse. You guys might not be able to see that, but that's right there. But yeah, that's just nice to have, especially with the price. Like originally it's $35, but then during Black Friday and stuff,
10.
like $10.
Yeah.
How did you know? It was
I was right.
Yeah, you're right. It got cut down to $10.
I just took the shortest in the dark.
And also, I got this guy, and this guy's a 2 terabyte hard drive. So this is definitely going to help with gaming videos, just to keep that storage.
Is it a Seagate?
No, it's a Toshiba. Yeah, I think this was 50 something on Amazon. So that's really cool. And it's not here with me, but my dad and I like got myself a computer. So that's,
a new one?
Yeah, a new one, like better processor, RAM, graphics card.
Oh, cool.
So that's gonna help out as well with editing and also gaming videos as well.
So I get your old one? That fucking laugh.
I'm trying to prep that. No.
God damn it, Justin.
We got the PC just yesterday, because we're filming the AM. God, what time is it?
It is about 3:33.
We did have a good number of reactions for Watch Priority.
What was it? An hour? Hour and a half?
Yeah.
Videos?
Yeah, I would say about like an hour and 15 at the most. We were actually planning on like filming a bit earlier, well, last night, or tonight. But Gabe actually got off of work earlier than I thought, so that did cut down our time, but that's totally fine. I think the more people we have for reactions, the better. Not to mention, there's gonna be someone in the comments saying, "Where's Gabe?"
What was that last noise that you made?
I don't know, like someone in desperation.
God, it sounded like Godzilla choking on something.
I don't know. You build up the fan base.
Which is weird.
Is it?
It's weird for me to think that people actually enjoy me that much.
Notice me senpai.
People have said that.
Noticed.
Yeah.
And they're like, ugh.
You know what? That makes a good segue to one of the things that we talked about mentioning, which was the text app that I have now.
Oh yeah?
On my old phone. I recently got a new phone, which is the white one that you see on the table, as opposed to my black one that's right there.
Yep, that one.
A good old reference to, Star Wars right there.
Yeah.
Stormtrooper and Invader shit. Where since it's a new updated, it's Kylo Ren. But I have a new text app on there. So any subscribers, fans, haters that want to contact me personally, it's not to contact everyone, it's just
Gabe.
Yeah, just myself. The number is 909-610-4... No. I forgot numbers.
Oh no.
I'll take it right now. I had it right up to then.
Read it like we wrote it.
I tried. I really did. It's 909-610-3476.
And that's a number that's like auto-generated by the app. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you have that as like an alternate way to contact Gabe besides Facebook and Tumblr. So you'll be finding that in the description below as well.
Yeah, with my Facebook, I've come to learn that without my laptop, I can't really see the unfriended people, their messages. So not like people that I defriended, but people that aren't my friends yet. I can't see their messages outside of the website because I can't access the restricted messages. So I don't know if you messaged me or not, and whether I should add you or not, because I've gotten random ads from people that haven't seen me on the channel, which is why I request that if you see me on the channel and you want to add me on Facebook, send me a message saying that you saw me there. That way I know for sure I'm adding someone that
knows.
That knows, as opposed to adding someone that's gonna be like, hey, you want to earn $1,000 a week? Just sell your soul and send us a bit of your finger every day.
Oh, here's the thing that I didn't know that was happening. It was the Game Awards that happened last night.
Yeah, someone actually messaged me telling me that Metal Gear won Best Action Adventure, I think it was.
Okay.
And Witcher 3 won Game of the Year, which I expected.
Nice.
But they did say that Metal Gear Solid 5 was a nominee for it.
Nothing about Fallout 4, or was that just like kind of late for the running?
It was probably late for the running, but I didn't really read much about it or watch it or anything. I just got that message saying that Metal Gear Solid won the award that it got, that it was in the running for Game of the Year, and that Witcher 3 won.
I don't know. I was trying to look it up online, and I was watching it before Miranda picked me up. But I just heard, like, just looking on YouTube, like, some people had, well, just like maybe one or two people, just had like some bad thoughts about it, just saying like something about like only one Xbox game actually won a title, and something about Splatoon winning Best Multiplayer, which sounds really good.
That sounds relatively accurate, because Splatoon seemed like the best like novelty shooter out there, because everyone loves shooters, whether they say it or not. They do. They play a bunch of shooter-esque games. If not, they play MOBAs, and outside of MOBAs you have Splatoon, which is a very family-friendly shoot 'em up with a very unique role on it. It does it more as you're playing a giant game of paintball. Outside of paintball, you're getting some giant paint rollers, a bucket or two, the splatling gun.
And just like how they're taking care of the game, adding new stuff to it.
Yeah. And it's all free, right? The updates?
Not that I know, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
Oh man, that reminds me of the Wii U bundle that they have that has Smash Bros. And Splatoon in it, and that's $250. That's like so tempting.
That's the only games I would probably play on there.
I might want to get that for Christmas. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good segue to what I want to do for like
again.
Yeah, we're gonna do another Secret Santa. We did one for the last podcast. I vividly remember that one. Specifically, the one with Christoph just running across the room, and how you had the webcam on, and so like he went from the main screen to your web screen.
Yeah.
Oh man, I still have the lollipop and the Santa that you gave me. I'm gonna just bring that out. I just never really got around.
I have to message Christoph and see if he still has
all
those pens. Swear to God, he better not ever run out of pens. I think the novelty of my gift kind of won based on the fact that on the way over I fucking bought them with Christoph and Seppi with us.
That's funny.
I didn't win best gift. I think you won that with you gave me Mudkip, right?
Yeah, I gave Mudkip to Seppi.
You won best prize because of that.
But I had to return Just Dance.
Just be thankful for Instagram, my friend.
Yeah, otherwise that would have been so awkward on camera. But I can't wait for that.
I still have those socks somewhere too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm pretty sure David and Seppi have their stuff. I wonder who else is gonna join, because like I'm pretty sure Seppi's gonna be gone. She's still gonna be at her workplace, which is like far off from the city. So I
say we could mail it.
That's true. But then she'll have to kind of do the same thing for whoever she gets drawn for.
Yeah, is mail it.
Yeah.
And that's not that bad. That just means that she'd send it early. We probably have her send it here, and then go off of that.
Okay. I'm not sure when I should like just have people like pick from a raffle like I did last time. Like when should we do that? I mean, because I still have the box, so we can still do the random drawing for that.
The topic box.
Yeah. That thing's dead.
It might be in bad taste and it might be early. I did talk to Nolan about it.
Yeah.
But I did kind of want to talk about what happened the other day.
The other day?
On Wednesday?
I don't know, but I don't know. It's a very personal thing too, for me specifically. But I mean, I guess at some point we have to say it because it's such a big thing happening to us.
It's such a local vicinity is the thing. Like if it happened like at least up in the high desert or anything, it would be a bit different. Yeah. But since it happened in our city to where we were absolutely affected by it.
Yeah, I guess we kind of have no choice but to actually bring it up because it is such a big thing.
I actually got a few messages from subscribers on Facebook asking if I was all right and all that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So what exactly are we talking about?
So, seeing how this is coming out next Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Well, for us, next Wednesday. Those of you watching on the day that this comes out, or at least in the same general week, last Wednesday, there was a shooting that occurred in, well, Sanbernardino. If you look it up, you're going to find out. That occurred in Sanbernardino, not too far from where I live and not too far from where Justin works. So it affected pretty much everyone that's in the DangIT cast that's a regular here more recently. So Justin was locked down at his work. They actually got moved to a safe spot. Escorted by a SWAT team, you said?
Yeah, they just kept track of us, and then we went to a different location. We got interviewed, then we got into another location where we'd meet our loved ones to, take us home.
Miranda, she was at work. I told her not to go, and she asked if she could go home. They allowed her to. I guess she got some misinformation a little bit later and thought that the whole thing moved to Pasadena. So she said that she wanted to come here and pick me up, but I told her to stay home. She kind of freaked out a little bit when she realized that it was still here because her mom works in that area as well. So she was worried about her safety. As for Steven and Anaya, they worked around the corner from that area and their workplaces were shut down. I'm pretty sure that no one got in and out. Steven said that if he left the building for break, that they wouldn't allow him back inside. My work shift didn't happen until a few hours after this whole thing occurred. So although my work said that it was a safe enough situation for everyone to go into work, because I had to cross the area that was considered the danger zone, I called off, and later on they called everyone saying that those of you that didn't show up, you're still going to get paid. You're not going to get pointed or docked your hours or anything. We understand that there's some things that are completely out of your control that no one could foresee, and we're not going to punish you for it. And so they just gave everyone the benefit of the doubt, assuming that if possible, everyone would come and work their shift. Yeah, for me, my main concern was more Miranda's safety because she did work virtually right next door to it. I could have walked from her work to that location in about 5 minutes.
Yeah. God. The day after this happened, my school, we talked about, first class, we talked about how people were affected, how, ethnicity was a factor into what people thought, and just
yeah, dude,
the fear.
Dude, what's it called? A friend from work, Andrew, he said that his Facebook was blowing up with pure ignorance. That people were like, this is what happens when you let Israelis in. We get ISIS attacking US soil, all this, that, the other thing. They were Americans. If I remember correctly, they were Hispanic. And they were disgruntled employees that worked at that place. Well, that went to that event. There was a banquet for the health department. And they were the man involved was a health inspector. He was disgruntled, went home, he and his wife, and I'm guessing a third party. Well, I know a third party, but I don't know how they're related to the matter. A friend, if not a family member. They did what they did. But people were so quick to jump the gun and say that it was Muslims or Islamics or an ISIS and all that they didn't even bother actually watching the news and reading about what happened. They just saw that there was an attack and instantly assumed.
But yeah, the day after, after that discussion, I just started seeing images of what I saw that day. I was just in the office, locked down with my coworkers. The person next to me was shaking in fear. And I was also terrified too, but I just try to keep myself together to make sure that I can keep the other people around me just in better spirits, just kind of using me as an example to just stay calm.
God damn it, Justin. You're yeah, I'm in a safe spot right now. And they're oh, you alright? Yeah. At least they have free Wi-Fi.
That was after. That was hours after that happened. That was me trying to keep a lighter spirit within the text. Because I didn't want you guys to worry too much about it.
I wasn't going to worry that much. I know where you work and how far it is, but I understand why it'd still be considered on lockdown.
Yeah,
I guess.
It was a really scary situation for a lot of my coworkers, and yeah, that was just a lot of those images kind of stayed with me for a while, and what really got to me was after I got interviewed about like what I saw and just what happened throughout the day, was that like I got on the bus because like all the people who got involved were on the bus. And what I saw was like a couple probably in the 30s, and then a kid who was like probably no less than like 4 years old, just enjoying the bus ride like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
And that just got to me, like how they got involved in this, like obviously not as the shooters, but like as victims, quote unquote. Yeah. I was like, I don't know what to say except for the fact that it kind of enrages me, but I'm also saddened because people lost their lives that day, and I was so close to it too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just the entire situation's messed, and I'm happy that a lot of people like over the world are sending their prayers because it was just a very nasty situation. But yeah, I guess just kind of just breaking like the sadness. Back to the gaming awards. I was actually I was watching that with before Miranda picked me up. Hopefully I'll be able to finish it later. Actually, I kind of have no choice. I don't have a car. So I guess I'll just stay up and watch that and stuff like that.
We have free Wi-Fi.
Yes. Oh, guys, we don't have Wi-Fi anymore.
Just grab the mic and walk away.
Turn off one light and just walk out. There's something funny about that, but I can't really, like...
Put it into words?
Yeah. Like, I remember watching one of our old skits. I think it was the one... I think it had something to do about, like, me studying for an exam. And how you were playing Guitar Hero.
Oh, okay.
You hear the doorbell, and then you, like, press forward, the camera moves, and it shows you pausing the music. You're like, someone there? I don't know, that was just so funny. I don't know, I can't really describe that type of humor, but it's just golden.
Yeah.
Humor's just weird.
It really is. I
kind of want to... Because, like, just kind of talking about Game Grumps, like, I love their comedy, and... I believe
Funny joke.
Funny joke. Like, I think they were taking like classes about that as well. Mm-hmm. So they do have some professionality to like their comedy, and I really admire their work for that because it becomes more about them than the game itself, which is kind of weird. You think about it, even though that's kind of how gamers are like, it's about the player than the game itself.
And then after a while, it's the community instead of anything else.
Yeah. So that's gonna be interesting when we start gaming. I think for sure we'll settle like in the summer when I know I have nothing else to do. Because I think that'd be kind of unfair. Although I may want to like release a video of us doing a Let's Play, like maybe like 1 or 2, 3 part, and that's it.
If we do one, I know the perfect thing for us to play.
And what's that?
This one game. Well, it's like a mini game and a bigger game. Drawful.
Drawful?
Have you seen that on Markiplier's channel? Or like Jacksepticeye or any of theirs? Mm-mm. It is a game that you kind of connect to with your smartphone. Mm-hmm. And what happens is it sends a different subject to each person's phone.
Okay. And
they kind of have to draw that subject. So it gives it a title. And you have to draw out the title of what you think it is, of like how to draw it out. Then it gives people time. It shows them the image, and it's their job to type down a title for it, like a very convincing title for that. And then there's a third part where it shows the picture, it shows all the titles, and then everyone chooses and tries to find the correct title. If someone chooses your title, you get points for it. If you choose the correct title, you get points, and the person who made the drawing gets points. Yeah. So you want to make a very convincing picture, because you want them to guess the correct title. But at the same time, you have to remember that they're getting points for it.
Oh, yeah. That reminds me of this game. I vaguely remember like how it works, but pretty much, I think you write like the title of something, and then you just pass it on to someone, and they have to draw it, like a good portion of it, and then they pass it over, and they have to see.
And they have to draw a title for it.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually had to package a game like that. It was called Telepicture, I think.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, it was more of a board game. Well, not a board game, but like a Pictionary-esque game that they had it as. So it's a game that you could play just at home with a with paper and pencil, but they kind of like made a whole big deal of it.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
And so yeah, the more people you have, the more like
fucked up it becomes.
Yeah, and pretty much at the end, the person like who created the title will have to look at the image
and realize,
God,
what have I done?
And when in doubt, we can only do Cards Against Humanity. What would be really cool is if we were able to play Castle Crashers. I love that game.
That yeah. You have the Xbox, so we could. Mm-hmm. The only downside is only 4 of us could play at a time, and there's a lot more than 4 of us.
Yeah, and we kind of need more controllers.
Well, I have 2. You at least have 1.
So that's 3. So we just need 1 more.
That's on you.
Nah.
You say nah, but at the same time, like, bro, you're the only guy that doesn't have 2 controllers.
When are you getting your Xbox again?
I'm gonna try and get it next week.
Oh, nice.
Or depending on how much money I have left over from paying rent, I might get it this week. No, I'll get my laptop this week.
Oh, nice.
I kind of miss it.
Yeah, I can't imagine pawning like my stuff. Like I just need it. Even if I don't really use it, I just still need to be like in the space, or at least know that I can still reach it.
For the most part, it is kind of liberating. It kind of forces you to find something else to do with your time, especially with a game console or a laptop. Well, computer in general. For me specifically, a laptop. It doesn't work so much when your roommate has another console right there with a shit ton of games as well.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I found out that I'm very lazy and I will find games in anything. That's why I got really into like the cookie clicker genre of games. That way I could play it, and then when I go to work, it's still playing itself, so I'm still progressing and whatnot. But it is what it is. It's still a terrible use of time. I should like work out some more. I haven't worked out in so long.
You also do some drawing, right?
Every now and again. I'm coming to realize that if I'm not doing anything photorealistic, mainly of environments, I kind of give up very quickly on digital drawing. But like if it's hand drawing, for me, I could do whatever I want. I don't know what's so hard about digital drawing for me.
It kind of brings back to the old YouTube series for Gabe. What was it?
I'd rather forget it. I remember it. Okay. I remember it exactly.
I was building it up in my brain like it was like piling up like instant Legos, and then you're like, I'd rather forget about it. Like, oh.
There's a lot of things on YouTube that are there that I know about that I did. I don't tell anyone how to find it.
I think, yeah, definitely at some point, like when we reach 100,000, I'm going to like put back to public like the old videos, the vlogs, really just the vlogs. Because again, like I've explained the story before, but at the time people just kept clicking on the vlogs instead of the new skits, and I was like, don't go to skits. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I had it like gone private. But it's been like that for a while, and eventually I'll set that to public once 100,000. That's a little
yeah, gift. I think 100,000 would be a good number, because then that's enough people, well, for the viewers to kind of click over there and be like, oh, that's not what I wanted. But there's still enough people around for them to find us in the search and possibly find some of our newer stuff and really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because I've had, I have a lot of Facebook messages from viewers, but I've heard from at least 3 people that they really want to know when we're going to do vlogs again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they like looked through some of our older videos and enjoyed some of the vlogs.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm. I would like to get back to like our broader diversity of videos, but I understand that being a college senior, you kind of have to focus more on that, so it doesn't give you time to do all the editing.
Right. It was definitely a problem that I had back in just the beginning of like college, where I started doing vlogs and had to quit, and then I picked it up like later on, like second half, but then I kind of stopped because it became more work to me. I'm not sure how vlogs are going to be incorporated. I mean, I do stories. That's just a separate app that I do on my own thing.
One thing you could probably try and do is like at least like because then that's the podcast. I was gonna say like a weekly update. But no, that's the podcast.
I guess that's more of like an active podcast where I'm actually going places.
We could have like blank stare news. Christoph, get on that. He's not gonna watch this. Have you noticed that our friends don't watch our videos?
I'm pretty sure they have stuff to do. I mean, like...
Fuck that, I watch their videos.
They make videos?
No.
I was about to say, like... Wait.
Seppi made a video, I watched it.
Did she?
Super Sockin' Lamo.
Oh, yeah, that old thing. I watched it.
I watched it. I enjoyed it. I ridiculed her.
I watched it. That was it.
Played it in the background.
Seppi. David. I really can't wait for them to come back again. Although...
I'm gonna throw a shoe at Seppi. It's gonna be the first thing I do when I see her is I'm going to find a shoe. Most likely my shoe. I'm gonna come home from work, see her on the couch talking to one of you guys.
Just like...
Take my shoe off and chuck it at her. Just chuck the fuck out of it.
Oh, this is kind of like a weird jump, but like... I remember seeing and like hearing news about the new Far Cry game. Far Cry
4. Or is it?
It's
Oh, Primal?
Primal. I saw the gameplay and it was awesome. Seeing just like a guy or girl, whoever it was, just command animals. Like you can kill people with an owl.
Oonga tonga!
And I'm like, oh god, you could do that with an owl? Oh, what's best is when you have like the woolly mammoth. Just like throw people off screen.
God, remember that?
Oh, that was an old thing that never really got posted because people got offended by it. But it was an old prank video where we would just like tag on sticky notes to people on a windy day. Well, it was just coincidentally.
We put it on their door handles and just happened to be a windy day. Wind would catch under it.
Go for much with it.
And that slowly turned the sound effect of fluttering wings.
Yeah. I remember that. Well, what was the context of that?
You slapped the mouse off of my what's it called?
Yeah, we were at DJ's house at the time.
I was playing Terraria and just slapped the mouse off the mouse pad.
I just brought a flamingo. It was like a puppet.
It was a flamingo hand puppet.
Yeah, like
tuck the wings in.
Yeah.
DJ, in what world does that make sense? My world!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I have that on Facebook. But yeah, I usually keep my Facebook stuff just like strictly to friends, just so I like have that contact with them.
Uh-huh.
And so like with fans, I like redirect them to like Twitter and Instagram, that kind of stuff, so they could still be knowing like what's going on for the most part. I don't really do too much like updates, especially on Snapchat. For some reason, I'm just like not there.
Dead. But with me on what is the name of it? Facebook. When I add viewers and all that, I have like my own separate like category of friends that I put them under, and unsubscribe from all of them so they don't clog my feed.
I am like friends with one of our fans.
Philip Gibson.
No, unfortunately.
Why aren't we friends with him?
Because he never really reached out. I think he respects the fact that we have personal lives. So thank you, Philip Gibson.
But
hashtag 100, episode 100.
We need to invite him out here. We can't do that without, what's it called, knowing where to send the letter to.
I mean, I'll contact him like through like just a message.
You gonna slide in them DMs?
Slide in them DMs. Yes, that's what's gonna happen. That's gonna be an interesting story. Or if anything, we'll at least like FaceTime him, like find like a convenient time. And just work around that, just so we can like talk to him about like just like what's like
in Beijing, just like halfway across the world.
It'll be interesting.
Nova Scotia. That's in Canada.
I had no idea, so I would have totally bought it if you said something else. I actually think we're good here. So any kind of closing statements?
I would like to do like a new series, kind of, at least during the winter when you're on break and have like more time to do editing and all that, kind of. A kind of quiz series, not quiz, a question series between the lot of us, and if this, then that type thing. Kind of like how Rooster Teeth has their $1 million, but they have the Would You Rathers and all that on other channels and things like that. And if this, then that.
I can see something like that.
And hopefully if the guy, Nolan's gonna see it. Nolan, if you're watching this, think about this, because this is the question that I want to pose to everyone if and when we do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, if you get to live in your anime world for a week and enjoy it to the fullest, you get all, like, for the most part, the abilities and all that. So if you go to Naruto, you can do ninjutsu and all that. If you go to like the Dragon Ball Z universe, you get fucking key abilities. But once you're gone from there, you don't get to watch anything of that show to a certain cliffhanger, and you forget everything that happens after that as well. So if the show finished and you watch the whole thing, you forget everything from a certain point, like from a certain asshole-ish cliffhanger and onward. You can never see anything past that.
I still like to do, just like in general, I like to do skits, vlogs, and then the gaming stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't really know what to do with gaming, and I think I'll just talk about that later, like off screen, but yeah, definitely want to do that. In the meantime, what I really look forward to is making a compilation of our reactions thus far for 2015. I think we just ended here.
Alright.
We had a good talk. Yeah.
I want the viewers to think about that.
Yeah.
If you could, would you?
Could you would?
Yep.
Yeah, if you could, you would? Question mark? Alright, I guess we'll just end here. So, thank you guys so much for watching episode 81 of DangIT Prodcast. My name is Justin.
I'm Gabe.
And thanks for... And it just like ends up with a cliffhanger. What happens after he says that? Okay.
So it's my what?
So it's my what? I want to put my wiener in it. Is she related to me?
Uncle! Listen! Shut up!
Uncle!